After being drafted in April, the Cowboys rookies spent the next 6 weeks at the Star in Frisco working out. Now, after a month and a half off, it's time for the grind of their first training camp starting this week. The learning curve is steep, and the expectation surrounding these young men is even greater. That includes rookie tight end Dalton Schultz, as he tries to fill the void left by the retirement of future Hall of Famer Jason Witten. Schultz was asked who was his favorite NFL team when he was growing up.
So my uncle was a huge Cowboys fan growing up. And, you know, my family being from Utah, we don't really have an NFL team. And so something that was kind of pushed on me when I was young is the Denver Broncos. And so I grew up a Broncos fan. But as soon as I got that call from the Cowboys, it's crazy how fast everything switches.
Yeah, right? All the orange stuff is in the trash.
Yeah.
And how many of them have asked you to send jerseys and hats and T-shirts? And
honestly, not a lot. You know, I've got a very, respectful family, and, they just want the best for me, and it's been great.
That'll change. Trust me, that'll change.
Cowboys training camp starts this week, and here are some key dates. Tuesday, the team charter arrives at Point Magoo. Wednesday, the first practice in Oxnard. Next Saturday, the opening ceremony. August 5th, blue-white scrimmage on TXA 21. And August 17th, the Cowboys break camp and return to DFW. Dak and Zeke should be as strong a dynamic duo as the league has to offer. But a lot of the Cowboys' success will depend on guys who have never made a play in the National Football League. The voice of the Cowboys, Brad Sham, recently allowed us to meet the rookies.
What is your objective? So, Leighton, let's start with you. What's your objective? What are you going to camp to do?
So my objective, I would say going in, I mean, you still got a lot to learn. You got a lot to take in. And I mean, with the guys ahead of me, like Lee and Jalen, there's a lot of stuff you can take from them, and a lot of good, useful stuff that you can use to make yourself better. So, I mean, going in, still making a name for myself, getting everybody's respect, showing them how hard I work, and just wearing those guys out and taking in every bit of information you can from them.
Connor, I was told by by Mark Colombo, the former outstanding offensive tackle and the assistant offensive line coach, before you guys were allowed to come in, but after the draft. I said, have you worked with Williams yet? He said, I'm not allowed. I can't talk to him, but the guy's wearing me out already with questions. I told him, wait 2 days, and I'll fill your bucket for you. So what are your expectations going in?
Definitely continuing to learn the playbook, but I think most importantly is earning the respect within the veterans and just finding my niche within the team.
Michael?
Definitely for me, go out there and earn the respect. You're playing with vets. Dak's coming in there. He's expecting you to, learn the offense, and I got to be able to trust him. He's got to be able to trust me. And then also, with just all the other players, wide receivers, the defensive players. I mean, you got to know that if you're going out there on the field, or they need to know that they can trust you to go out there and do your job.
Dorrance, what's your objective getting ready to go to training camp?
Well, first off, I just want to be able to gain trust from the coaches and the other guys. Show guys what I'm capable of doing. There's certain things that you can't do without pass that you can do in pass. So, when we get all that going, then I'll be a lot better off.
Dalton, how about you?
I think it's been said a few times, earning the respect, of the coaches as well as, kind of the older guys in your position group is something that's incredibly important, especially as a young player. I think the thing that I'm trying to hone in on is focusing on trusting the techniques and the new information that's being taught to you as a young player.
Mike, how about you?
I would just say, kind of like you hinted earlier, this is Dak's team, so just lead the guys who are on the field when I'm in. So if that's the twos, the threes, however that plays out, is just to lead those guys and make sure when I'm on the field everything's running smoothly and guys know where to be and what to do, and kind of like Dalton said, just put your head down, work hard, and earn the respect from all your teammates around you.
Chris, what is your expectation going into camp? And when you look at Leighton, because you're both linebackers, do you measure yourself by what he's doing out here?
Obviously, we're competing against each other every day, just trying to earn the respect from the players and the coaches, and of course I check out the first-round draft pick, so we all look at each other in different ways, take notes on each other and what he does great and what he does do great. So, and my mindset going into camp, I mean, just simple, do everything at 110%, and you know, just earning respect from the players and the coaches, and you know, just lead this team to success.
All right, Cedric, what's your objective going to camp?
I'll say my main objective, pretty much the same when I first got here, learn the playbook the best I could so I could go to any position they asked me to. So going throughout training camp is gaining the knowledge so I can play full speed, and then obviously listening to Coach Sanjay and the technique that he's teaching because I'm new to the position. So, and he has a lot of good information for us, and obviously putting it on tape and putting it on film because that's what the coach is going to go back and look at.
And Bo, are you thinking about situations? Are you thinking about what your role will be? Or what are you thinking about getting ready to go to training camp?
Just coming in and having discipline, effort, toughness, and pride, and believing in the process and believing in what the coaches are telling me and try to do the little things right.
Countdown to training camp, it's on. The Cowboys leave for Oxnard once again on Tuesday, and we'll be right there waiting for them. Bill Jones kicks off our CBS 11 training camp coverage tomorrow. The start of a year where Dak says they are gonna shock the world.